There are a couple of areas that perhaps I want to talk about. First of all, I'm not sure that a lot of people realize that in the whole idea of digital transformation, supply chain is actually not leading the pack, but is a little bit behind. After the initial set of innovations many years ago through initiatives like quick response, total quality management, collaborative planning, forecasting and replenishment, etc., there has not been that much in the way of digital transformation. There's some, but now I think that does not make sense from the perspective that supply chains drive, 60, 70% of the cost of a business, and even more when you consider some external factors from customers and so on. So it is something that has to be done, and all of us who are professionals, in the supply chain arena and thinking about it, need to kind of think really deeply about how we make the transformation happen, and that's really one of the things that we would help with. But in the area of big data, AI, and machine learning, one of the things that we feel is important to allow people in the supply chain, and they're literally the largest group of people in any enterprise, that they need to have the ability to look horizontally across the data and across the information so that they can decide what kind of actions that need to be taken. There's the idea of a digital duplicate to kind of drive some strategic thinking, but then you get into the whole idea of predictive data and all of those kinds of things that Nil spoke about. There's another idea that I'd like to chat about here a little bit. The human mind is an amazing machine. So machine learning, AI, and big data have to allow for what we call cognitive intelligence that harnesses that creativity of people in order to drive differentiation. What do I mean? But let me give you a simple example in human terms. Let's say you go to your refrigerator because you're hungry and you open it and you say, well, let me see, what is there that I can eat? And you see some tomatoes and you see some mozzarella cheese and you see some balsamic and you see some lettuce and so on. And you say, if I look at that universe, I could make a tomato mozzarella salad. I see some bread, maybe I can make a tomato, cucumber, and mozzarella sandwich. But cognitive intelligence kicks in when you say, I could do all of those, but that's not really sounding so relevant to me. But I now know that in my pantry, I also have some dough. And if I put those two together, I know I can make a pizza, and that really is going to satisfy me today. That is cognitive intelligence. That's what people can do when they look across an enterprise and say, how do I change it to what is going to be relevant to my customer and what is going to be relevant to me?